with the QR code, you suddenly made that access 10 times more easy. You just scan, input all your information in the form. So that created that the response on a form used by a QR code is much higher than when people need to type in a long URL or click on a URL that they don't even understand where it goes, right?
Tigerform lets people create forms that comes with a QR code. That sounds pretty unique. What inspired you to build something like this? Or was there a specific problem you wanted to solve?
So QR Tagger is actually a total solution for anything related to QR codes. And one thing that we didn't do were forms. And the reason for that is that forms is where you need to input data. All the features we have on QR Tagger are actually where you cannot input data. And why is that important? Because it comes, of course, with privacy laws. So that's why we created Tagger Form as a separate solution related to the privacy laws. But another reason is, of course, once you input data, you need, of course, much more tools and a different interface to be able to interact with that data.
Can you share some specific industries or use cases where Tigerform has made a significant impact? What kind of results have they seen?
Tagger Form has been used mostly in healthcare, but also, of course, on events where people need to input information. We have seen it on construction sites. Construction sites are a big one because, construction has so many things coming from different suppliers on that construction site. With a QR code, you can easily manage and understand. And sometimes you need to fill in reports and all kind of things. Utility companies, right? Because, if something is broken, you need to report it, you scan it, they know instantly which meter, for example, is broken and what is the problem. You can even upload a picture with it. So a form, of course, creates a lot of helpful information that the company, whoever deals with it behind it, can use and data that they can see, but also for the ones who scans it, easy to input all kind of information, right? And that's, I think, where Tigerform tried to be a complete solution that can work for different industries.
What's the common problem people face with traditional form builders that Tigerform solves?
Our focus was, of course, on QR codes, but not just QR codes, also that you can make those QR codes in bulk, that there's an API, because like I said, different people, different companies have different needs, right? And traditional form builders are long URLs, right? With a QR code, you suddenly made that access 10 times more easy. You just scan, input all your information in the form. So that created that the response on a form used by a QR code is much higher than when people need to type in a long URL or click on a URL that they don't even understand where it goes, right? That QR code also can have a call for action, so people quickly understand, like for example, feedback, so people quickly understand what they're going to expect after scanning this QR code.
What's the smartest thing someone can do with Tigerform that they might not expect? And why do you think adding a QR code to a form changes how people interact with it?
Maybe one thing that people wouldn't expect, people think about a QR code, a traditional black and white QR code. You can customize that QR code first. For example, you can align it with your branding, right? Then, of course, if you want to have feedback, a QR code that is a little bit more branded will, of course, have a higher scan rate. You can put a call for action with that QR code, which also helps, of course, to get more scans. Because when people see a QR code, they really don't understand what to do. But when there's a call for action that says, for example, play and win, they understand that they have to do something. So call for action, you will have much more scans, even to 70% more scans. You have, of course, with Tigerform, the instant data, right? So you really can see that actually people are scanning your QR codes, they're using it in the right way. So that's also one of the great things I think that Tigerform offers.
We've all been frustrated with clunky forms at some point. How did you make sure Tigerform was genuinely easy to use?
I hate complex softwares. I always like to make a software that I can quickly understand from the moment I open it, where I don't need to have too much onboarding, and I just can use it. And that's the way that we develop all our softwares. And the same with Tigerform. We try to make a drag and drop interface where you can quickly create a form without too much complexity. You can go to a certain complexity in your form, of course, if you want to, but actually you can make it in a very simple way as well, right? So this is the thing that we offer, that Tigerform is a software that, yes, you can use it in a really more advanced way, but you can also use it very quickly if you don't want to go on the advanced level of the software. And that, I think, is one of the strong points of Tigerform, that we really focus on a user-friendly interface.
What's your favorite feature of Tigerform and why does it stand out to you?
For me, my favorite feature is actually the bulk feature, because so many companies need to create forms, but not one. They maybe need 20 or 2000, yeah? And with a bulk feature or an API, you can do that easily. You just make one form and then you say, I need that feature 2000 times. We also have what we call a clone feature. So you can clone a form 10,000 times with a clone feature, right? So this also helps you to quickly create more forms on the go and even still have your data central and collected in one place.
How do you think the way people interact with forms will change in the next few years?
QR codes have become a big thing in the world. So the accessibility of a form is first of all much more easy if you use it from a QR code. I also believe that forms might become a little bit more AI driven in the future, right? Because nobody loves a long form. Maybe you can even talk to a form to a certain way. So the form will implement all the information that you give without you typing it in a small little field. So that I believe will become a thing. Yeah. I think we're living in crossing roads where the world will change because of AI, and so will everything related to forms. Yeah.
From your perspective, why do you think QR codes are seeing such a resurgence, and how do you see their role evolving in the next few years?
QR codes makes our life more easy in many ways because it allows you to access. It's a digital door, right? And for that reason, that's the success behind QR codes, nothing else. People think that QR codes became successful because of COVID-19. Yes, then there was a mass adaptation to it. But actually, QR codes have always been an easy, usable solution where people can access different information. And today, if you look back 4 years ago, where QR codes were still in its infancy, and now today where they are, it's almost everywhere, right? It's not a strange thing anymore. Even a grandmother can scan a QR code, right? So that just shows how accessible and user-friendly they are.
And before we wrap up, where's the best place for listeners to learn more or try Tigerform themselves?
Of course, they can visit our website, Tigerform. We have a freemium plan, so they can use that for free and see how that can help them. And of course, we also have a lot of social media videos that we produce where you can see different information and learn how to use it to the best needs of your company, right? I think that's also important to see the different use cases because, like I say, every company has different needs, and that's why we, with Tigerform, try to give a solution for.